Have you ever wondered if there's more to your mind than just thoughts? What if the chaos in your head was hiding a secret order? What if your fears, your dreams, your instincts were all clues? Every day, we live inside a mind we barely understand. We chase happiness, avoid pain, follow habits, and never stop to ask, who's in control? Is it me or something deeper inside me? These questions aren't new. They've been asked by mystics, philosophers, and psychologists for centuries. But one man, Carl Jung, offered answers that still shake the soul. In this video we're going on a journey, not out there, but in here, into the hidden layers of the mind. We'll explore how to use it, how to heal it, and how to unlock its power. And we'll pull from ancient wisdom, Hermetic, Eastern esoteric, that reveals the soul's forgotten blueprint. So stick around. By the end of this video you may never see your own mind the same way again. 1. Understanding the mind, Jung's layers of consciousness. Carl Jung believed the mind wasn't just a stream of thoughts, it was a psychic ecosystem. He divided it into 3 primary layers: the conscious, the personal unconscious, and the collective unconscious. Most people live only in the conscious level, making decisions, solving problems, reacting to the world. But this surface awareness is only a fraction of our true mental landscape. Beneath the conscious lies the personal unconscious, a repository of memories, emotions, and experiences that were once conscious but have been forgotten or repressed. These elements often shape our behaviors in subtle, powerful ways. Ever wonder why you react so strongly to certain situations? Or why you repeat patterns in relationships? The answers often lie hidden here, in this layer of buried experience. But Jung went even deeper. He discovered the collective unconscious, a vast inherited part of the psyche that contains universal symbols and instincts shared by all human beings. This idea was revolutionary. It means we are not just individuals, we are also carriers of the human story. Myths, dreams, fears, gods, they're all expressions of this collective unconscious. To understand your mind is to touch something much older than yourself. 2. Archetypes, the eternal blueprints of the soul. Jung's most profound insight into the human mind was his theory of archetypes, universal patterns of thought and behavior that live within each of us. These are not learned, they are inborn, embedded deep in our psychic DNA. They appear in dreams, myths, movies, art and culture because they are reflections of our inner world. Think of the hero, the shadow, the mother, the wise old man. You see them in ancient mythology and modern films alike. Why? Because they're not just characters, they're aspects of the psyche. The hero represents your desire to grow and overcome. The shadow represents your hidden fears and rejected traits. The mother nurtures, the trickster disrupts. These archetypes are the building blocks of your soul's language. Understanding archetypes allows you to recognize your life as a kind of internal story. You're not just living randomly, you're moving through psychic chapters. Are you confronting your shadow? Are you stepping into the hero's journey? This is where psychology meets mythology. Jung showed us that if we understand the archetypes within us, we begin to write our story consciously, rather than being driven by it blindly. 3. The shadow, facing the darkness within. One of Jung's most powerful and most challenging concepts is the shadow. This is the part of your psyche that holds everything you don't want to face: anger, jealousy, trauma, guilt, insecurity. Most people try to ignore it, repress it, or project it onto others. But Jung warned, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Facing the shadow is not easy. It requires radical honesty. You must look at the parts of yourself you dislike, the parts you hide even from your closest friends. But here's the paradox. Within the shadow lies your greatest potential. Your creativity, courage, passion, and authenticity are often buried underneath years of repression and social conditioning. To embrace the shadow is to reclaim your power. Ancient philosophies understood this too. The alchemists said, "In the darkest soil, the gold is hidden." The Stoics taught that adversity is the path to virtue. In Buddhism, the ego must be dissolved to reach enlightenment. All these teachings point to the same truth. When we run from our darkness, we remain slaves. When we face it, we become whole. The mind can imprison, or it can liberate. The difference is whether we're brave enough to explore its shadows. 4. Individuation. Becoming who you truly are. For Jung, the ultimate purpose of the mind wasn't to be happy or normal. It was to become whole. He called this process individuation, the integration of all aspects of the psyche into a balanced, authentic self. It's the psychological version of spiritual enlightenment. Individuation isn't about perfection, it's about integration. That means facing your shadow, understanding your archetypes, reconciling your inner opposites. Masculine and feminine, light and dark, logic and emotion. As Jung said, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. And this becoming isn't something that happens automatically. It's an inner quest, a conscious commitment to self-awareness. In this process, you stop living a life defined by society, family, or trauma. You begin to live your own life, one that emerges from your deepest truth. It's a kind of psychological rebirth. Just like in mythology, where the hero must descend into the underworld to return transformed, we too must explore our inner depths to emerge with wisdom. That's what it means to use the mind, not just to think, but to transform. 5. Active imagination, unlocking the inner world. So how do we communicate with the deeper parts of the mind? Jung developed a powerful technique called active imagination, a method of engaging directly with the unconscious. Instead of passively dreaming or journaling, active imagination allows you to enter a dialogue with your inner figures, symbols, and emotions. You might imagine yourself speaking to a character from a dream, or drawing what your anxiety looks like, or letting a symbol speak through writing or music. Jung himself used this technique extensively, and in doing so, he met an inner guide named Philemon, who helped him navigate visions and psychological insights. He described these experiences not as hallucinations, but as deeply real encounters with the psyche's creative intelligence. Active imagination is not just therapy, it's spiritual practice. It's the forgotten art of inner exploration, practiced by shamans, mystics, and sages across cultures. In the East, it mirrors the practice of meditation and visualization. In the West, it recalls the Hermetic axiom, as within, so without. Your inner world is alive, and the mind, when consciously used, becomes the vessel that carries you into its depths. 6. The mind as the alchemical vessel, philosophy and power. Ancient philosophers didn't see the mind as just a thinking organ, they saw it as a bridge between the human and the divine. In Hermeticism, the foundational principle is all is mind. The entire universe is mental in nature. And if the universe is a mind, then your mind is part of it, a microcosm of the divine. From Plato to Plotinus, from Lao Tzu to the Buddha, spiritual teachers have said the same thing. Mastering the mind is mastering reality. Your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, They shape how you perceive the world. Change the lens, and you change the picture. The mind becomes the alchemical vessel, where base instincts are transmuted into gold, into insight, compassion, awakening. This is the secret Jung rediscovered. Psychology is not separate from spirituality, it is the language of the soul. Using your mind means more than managing stress or solving problems. It means walking the path of inner transformation. It means living mythically, consciously, wisely. It means becoming the author of your own destiny. So, how do you use your mind? Not just by thinking, but by listening. Not just by reacting, but by reflecting. Not just by surviving, but by evolving. The mind is not just in your head, it's in your dreams, your instincts, your fears, and your visions. It's a labyrinth, a mirror, a key, and if you choose to explore it, to understand it, to master it, you don't just change your thoughts, you change your life. Call to action. If this journey into the mind awakens something in you, hit that like button and subscribe. We dive deep into Jungian psychology, ancient wisdom, and the secrets of self-mastery. This isn't just a channel, it's a path, and you're walking it now. Welcome home.